Welcome to the Teaching for Success School Engagement Series. I'm your host, Rosa Kemerembe. To every student, parent, and teacher focusing on one goal, outstanding results in upcoming national exams, this message is for you. Today, we are moving beyond generic advice to reveal 3 specific weapons for your success. I'm going to give each one a simple name so you'll always remember how to use it to boost scores for exams and tests for students. Let's start with the biggest score killer, which is forgetting. You study a topic and you feel good about it, but a week later, you've forgotten everything you've studied. This is why cramming destroys students' potential. The first weapon is called the little and often method. Scientists call it spaced practice. Think of watering a plant. You don't pour a week's worth of water on it once and hope it survives. You give it a little water each day. The little and often method works the same way for your brain. Small, regular review sessions make knowledge grow strong and stick for the long term, which is exactly what you need for the exam. Instead of drowning yourself with 7-8 hours of algebra at one session, on Monday, learn the rules of formulas for algebra. On Tuesday, water that knowledge by solving just 10 problems. On Thursday, water it again with 5 more. By exam day, your understanding will be strong and healthy, helping you secure those crucial marks. If you're studying history, you study the rise of the Buganda Kingdom on Monday. Use the little and often method by reviewing your notes for 30 minutes to 45 minutes on Wednesday. And try to write a short essay plan on Saturday. This builds the deep memory you need for high-scoring essays instead of overwhelming your brain by studying for hours and hours on the same topic. The second weapon tackles the difference between a low grade and a high distinction. It's the difference between recognizing a concept and truly mastering it. I call this weapon the explaining to a child method. Its technical name is the Feynman technique, Feynman. This is your ultimate test. If you can't explain a concept in simple terms, you don't own that concept yet. The explain it to a child method forces you to find the gaps in your understanding before the exam marker does, ensuring you can answer application questions that carry the most marks. For example, if you're studying photosynthesis in biology, can you use this method? Yes. A plant, for example, you can explain to someone younger than you or maybe even your parent because they've forgotten all about what they learned in school about photosynthesis, or a sibling. A plant is like a tiny kitchen. It takes in sunlight for energy, water from the tap, and carbon dioxide from the air. It then cooks its own food and lets out oxygen as smoke. If you can explain this clearly, you will dominate any essay question. And I'm not saying that you use these simple terminologies in your exam, but just being able to explain concepts clearly to someone in simple terms shows that you've truly understood the concept. If you can't explain this clearly, you will dominate any essay question. If you are learning Newton's laws in physics, try explaining the first law to a younger sibling, or a parent, or a friend who's not familiar with it. For example, you could say a football will stay on the grass until you kick it, and it will keep moving until the goalkeeper or friction stops it. This deep understanding is what allows you to solve complex, high-mark problems. Your final weapon prepares you for the battlefield of the exam hall itself or the exam classroom itself, where subjects and topics are all mixed together. I call this weapon the mix-up method. The scientific term is interleaving, interleaving. Studying one topic for hours is like a footballer only practicing penalties. The mix-up method is a full match simulation. It trains your brain to quickly identify a problem, choose the right strategy, and switch gears instantly, which is exactly how you secure more marks in less time during the actual exam. The old ineffective way would be studying geography for 2 hours only and no other subject. The high score way, using the mix-up method, you'd study map reading, for example, in geography for 30 minutes, then calculus in mathematics for 30 minutes, then write a short paragraph in English for 30 minutes, and then do some geometry questions or practice for 30 minutes. This feels tougher because it's actively training your mind. You are building the mental muscle to jump from a history essay to a math problem without panic. And this saves you precious minutes during the exam. It reduces errors. It lets you attempt more questions correctly and is able to help you to maneuver different questions with different topics in your exams. To the student, do you want to score highly in your exams? Then you need these 3 weapons in your arsenal: the little and often method, the explain it to a child method, and the mix-up method. They are your direct path to higher scores. To the teacher and parent, you can be a powerful coach. Encourage students to use the mix-up method for their homework sessions. Ask them to explain it to you like a child to prove they understand. This is how we build top performers in collaboration together. Success on results day is built by the choices that you make today. This week, this is something that I want you to try for your child or your student, or if you're a student tuning in. This week, choose one weapon. Use the little and often method on one topic. Try the explaining to a child method on one concept, and test the mix-up method for one study session. Take that first step toward the excellent results that you're capable of achieving, and practice these 3 methods of studying. This is your host, Rosa Kemirembe. Remember, your goal isn't just to study. Your goal is to win and to succeed. And with the little and often method, the explain it to a child method, and the mix-up method, you have exactly what you need to claim your victory on exam day.